Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Glory be to God. June 24th, 2021. This is not going to be a long video. I just wanted to point something out. See, for the last 3 weeks, with everything I've been going through with my wife, through this spiritual warfare, I had to use the fruits of the Spirit. Meaning, I had to do everything that God done taught me. How to forgive, how to love, be kind and courteous. And most importantly, God been telling, just love your wife. That's what the Bible tells us to do. God ain't saying this stuff for no reason. There's reasons behind it, people. And is there a breakthrough with my wife? No. She still don't understand. How she knows. She knows there's something wrong with her mentally. She knows that she's not her regular self. And like I said, my wife is not crazy. I know my wife. A lot of people that's going to be watching these videos is going to say, oh, your wife is just crazy. Or she just don't want to be with you. Nah, ain't got nothing to do with that. Because it's easy to say that, but I'm here with my wife on a daily. And I know the stuff that she plans for our family. You can't be planning stuff for a future or even a real close, month in advance or 2 weeks, and be telling, and then 1 minute then the next minute tell me you want to get a divorce. You're not happy. Like last night, right? It's 10:30 at night. We ain't argued, fought, or anything all night, all day. We've been, let me see, earlier that day, we had she was working, at home, so she was in the bedroom, and, we have a son, but I ain't the biological father. So, his father ain't really taught him how to do certain things when it comes to cleaning and stuff. He's been babied. So I'm going to teach you, because you're you'll be 12 years old less than 2 months, and you don't know how to do certain things. If it's cooking, cleaning, just doing stuff on your own. And, we done told our kids, when you get up, if you make your breakfast, make your bed up, make your breakfast, brush your teeth, put on some deodorant, put some clothes on. That's what we've been trying to teach our kids. It ain't, oh, we just lay up in the house in our pajamas all day. No. Now some people, they might say, you get up, go brush your teeth, wash up, then eat breakfast. That's everybody got a different set of rules. But we want our kids to make their bed up, go eat, then make your bed up, wash your face, put some deodorant on, brush your teeth, put some clothes on. So, my son, he gets up around 7:30. Okay, so he gets up at 7:30, and he knocks on the door. We're pretty much up a little bit, because she has to get ready for work, and I wake up early. he asks, can he makes a grilled cheese sandwich. We like, okay, cool. You know, that's what you want to eat for breakfast. That's fine. You know, so he makes him a grilled cheese sandwich. He ain't been making grilled cheese sandwiches long, but he wants to. He's trying to be independent himself. You know, it's probably his third grilled cheese sandwich. So I asked him how you make it. He told me. I said, go ahead. You know, don't put the fire up too high. You know, so he eats it. Fine. Then I get up, I eat, and by this time, you know, it's 8:30 ish, 9 o'clock ish, whatever, you know, um, and I'm just chilling, and and I and we gave him chores, you know. This is how you gonna earn your allowance, you know. And his chore was take the trash out night before, sweep the floor. He didn't do it, right? So I don't bring this to his attention until around almost 15 minutes till 10. And I said, well, you lost out on your allowance for that day. So I'm gonna put you know, your allowance is $20 every 2 weeks. You lost $2. You know, he pretty much makes $2 a day for his chores. So now he gets into excuse mode. I said, no, 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 ain't no excuse mode. Because when we told you, when we sat you and Rylan down, we told y'all, this is how it's going to happen. It's not for us to tell you what to do. You should already know. We got a calendar on the refrigerator, and it tells you what to do. All you got to do is look at that calendar for that day. It got your chores on it and everything else. You know, this is your week to do the trash. You know, so you lost out. Then next thing I noticed, and he's 11 years old, but he likes to cry. There's a lot of boys out there that, you know, they cry when you're talking to them, not necessarily, you know, getting on you, like you talking to them, and they real sensitive. It's a lot of boys out there. So our thing is that needs to stop. We don't do the whole crying mode. I don't do that. You're not gonna be crying just to be crying because somebody's telling you something that you messed up, right? So I noticed you still got your pajamas on. Remember, he ate breakfast around 7:30ish. It's almost 10 o'clock. You still got your pajamas on. So I asked him, I said, why do you still got your pajamas on? Ain't you supposed to eat, make your bed up, brush your teeth, wash your face, put some clothes on, put some deodorant on? Yeah, but, you know, I brushed my teeth, but I haven't did, you know, I was going to put on my deodorant later. No, it don't work like that, son. Why would you leave out the bathroom and not do everything you're supposed to do in the bathroom? Where did we tell you to brush your teeth, leave out the bathroom, then come back later? It's about following directions, doing what you're supposed to do at a certain age. I said, you're getting older. Things that I know you learning all this for the first time, but the older you get, the more responsibilities you have. So he don't have his pajamas on. He didn't put no deodorant. He said he brushed his teeth, but he didn't put no deodorant on. Okay, did you wash your face? No. So you brushed your teeth and you didn't stay in there and finished up with washing your face and putting on some deodorant. Okay, fine, cool. That's another check. So then I checked. His bed is made, but he didn't do all this. So my wife, she hears me talking to him. Now I'm not yelling at him. I'm not yelling at him. Um, but I guess, and a lot of women they do this. Ones that's married and the ones that's not married, but they got a man in the house. Now, the way I look at it, that man, if you're married, it's his responsibility to raise those kids right along with you, if even if they're not his, and teach the kids right and wrong and how to be responsible. That's my job. If somebody broke in the house, I'm gonna lay my life down to protect him and everybody else in this house, even though he's not my blood. That's my job. I'm the man of the house. If he was being attacked spiritually, you know, um, I'm supposed to do what I'm supposed to do with God's word to fight the enemy. Because a lot of these kids, they can get attacked spiritually, you know, you know, gay, homosexuality, that's how the enemy attacks with these children. Drugs, um, at a young age, disobedience to their parents at a young age. This is this is how the enemy attacks young kids, because they see it on TV, so they imitate. You got to remember, kids imitate what they see in the house and what they see on TV. You see what I'm saying? So, or social media. So that's how you got to stay on your kids. You got to know what they're watching, what they're listening to. Uh, that's your job as a parent, you know, and keep their eyeballs clean for watching, and their ears clean from watching and hearing things that they ain't supposed to listen and hear. Okay, so back to it. So my wife hears me talking to him. Now, yeah, I'm the type of father, I'm going to lecture you. That's what I do. I'm going to break everything down for you. She comes out the room from working to pretty much come at me. Why am I lecturing? First of all, I ain't doing nothing wrong. Second of all, he didn't do what he was supposed to do based off what we all sat down in the living room and told this boy 3 days ago. She wants to use the excuse, well, he got to learn. It's going to take some time. I said, babe, we've been, even before because she now got him for the whole summer. She never really had him for the whole summer. She done had him every other weekend, because he lives with his dad. So I said, we've been telling this boy about getting up, washing his face, putting deodorant on for weeks now. There's no more excuses. He should already know. He should be telling himself, this is what I need to do every single day. It ain't like he just ate and then I'm getting on his case at 8 o'clock. Like, why you ain't dead? Do what you were supposed to do. Also what he had to do that Wednesday was vacuum the room and do the bathroom. If you got to do your chores, you do those chores in the morning. You knock them out, and then you don't have to worry about anything else for the rest of the day. He had an opportunity to start on that bathroom. Was nobody else in the bathroom. And around 10 o'clock-ish, you could go ahead and vacuum that bedroom. So, she gets upset, but she ain't getting upset like it's the enemy using her. She just upset. But instead of saying, you know what, Rashad, you're right. You're being the man of the house. You're teaching my son, which is our son, the rules. She should have not said 3 words to me. She should have just stayed in the room, stayed in her place, and knew I was doing what was right. But I don't know if that affected her throughout the day, with communication and being quiet. She was somewhat talkative, but like I said, I don't think it was spirit. It was enemy. Like the enemy was not using her at that moment. That was just her being a mother. I done seen this, been through this before with women that's married, you know, to man, and they don't want them raising their kids, even though that man is legally married, you know, to be the covering of that household. Now, for the man out there that's not the covering, nah, you ain't supposed to give orders to somebody else's children. You're not their covering. You know, that's what the Bible tells us. That's what God had to tell me when I in my last marriage. You know, we was doing everything wrong. We moved in together before. We thought we was doing something right, but I remember when God spoke to us, he said, you just got to follow my word. And, you know, I let her lead instead of me leading in the house. So, and I didn't know the word at the time, like God was telling me to learn. And, you know, we moved in together. And before we got married, and I was in there giving rules and orders to her daughters, and I didn't have the authority to do that. And it didn't make sense. It makes sense to me now why. But once we got married, then, you know, yeah, I was able. But once we got married, I was out the house within a month and a half. Enemy worked so damn cold on my ex-wife. I was out the house within a month and a half of us even being married. I didn't get put out the house while we was living in sin. I got put out the house once we got married. But he was working on my wife that whole time we was living together for those 5, 6 months before we got married. You know, but I'll break that story down later, you know, or if I already did, made a video about it. So the reason why I made this video, because even though we, like I said, I've been using the fruits of the spirit to continue to love my wife, even though, you know, I see things that she's trying to hide, you know, when it comes to entertaining. Like she entertained somebody earlier last week. We talked about it. She said it ain't her. I forgave her. But then I noticed that she entertained recently on the 17th with someone that I know, that he knew me. And I didn't bring it to her attention. I'm not going to bring it to her attention until I have a mediator present, because, you know, it's stuff, that's the type of stuff that needs to stop. All that secretive, living in that demonic realm, that needs to stop. You know, so I knew this, but I know who I'm fighting against, and I know how this enemy works, even though it's frustrating, because I know what the enemy is trying to do with my family. And you over here using the bathroom, baby? I hear you. And good morning. Look at you pulling yourself up at 7 months. You already on your feet. You ready to walk, huh? You ready to walk, baby? Mm. So it's late at night. She asks me. Now this is the enemy speaking. He using her. I don't know where her thoughts was at. You know, we've been watching TV together, you know, all day. But she asked me, you don't want to be alone, huh? Can you be alone? That's what she asked me. Can you be alone? I'm like, what you mean be alone? But I already know where she's going with this. You know, I said, why would you ask me a question about being alone when we're married? Well, I was just asking, have you ever been alone? I said, yeah, I've been alone before me and you got married. I was alone. When I divorced my ex-wife, I was alone for at least a year, you know, focusing on God and learning the word. And, I might have talked to a person here and there, but I wasn't in no relationships, but I'm like, why would you ask me about being alone and we're married? Here we go again with the, divorce talk. And, I said my little piece, but then I ended up telling her, I said, you know what? I'm still going to honor you, still going to love you. That's what you want to do. That's fine. But I'm still going to love you and honor you till that day comes. You see, because I'm going to fight the enemy. I'm going to fight the good fight. I know I haven't did nothing, and that's my whole thing when I was talking to her. I said, you said I haven't did anything, and I know I haven't did anything. So why would you want to divorce? You're miserable in a marriage, but you can't tell me why you're miserable. All your thoughts that the enemy put in your head, you're miserable in this marriage because he makes you believe that I ain't a good husband. But every thought that he done put in your head done been false. Because if I wasn't, I won't still be loving you through everything you done put me through in the last 3 weeks. And for the last 2 years, I'm still loving you. I'm still with you. I still don't disrespect you. I still don't curse you out. I don't put my hands on you, and I still cater to your needs. Anything that you want, everything that you do, I do everything for you out of love. So, why are you miserable? If there's anybody that should be miserable, it should be me. See, but she can't answer it. She can't stand in truth. If you want to divorce someone, then she wants to bring up, well, my auntie was, she was in a miserable relationship for years, and she stayed around just because of the kids. I said, okay, what that got to do with us? I'm pretty sure whatever she went through, her husband did something. They did something to each other, but I know for a fact I haven't did anything to you. So why are you miserable? Once again, you 1 minute you're planning trips, one minute you love me, the next minute you hate me. I seen this same thing happen with me and my ex-wife. Even when she put the divorce papers in, 1 minute she wants to see me, next minute she don't. And we was living in 2 different places at the time. So everything was always my fault. I did everything. But she, when the enemy got a stronghold on the house, meaning the vessel, he don't leave freely. It's up to that person to get that person out of their house, out of their vessel. And the only way you can do that is by the word of God. Period. And until my wife starts believing what I'm saying and starts doing what the word of God tells her to do and meditates on it day and night to strengthen her mind, to know what truth is, that's the only way the enemy's going to leave. Now, all I'm supposed to do is love my wife and not give it a reason, not give the enemy any ammunition to use against me by being bitter, unforgiving, doing tit for tat, doing stuff that's not part of the fruits of the spirit. Okay. That's all I'm supposed to do. And know God is going to work it out. If I have the faith and if I have the hope. And like God tells us, love conquers everything. So as long as I continue to love my wife, love her through all the disrespect, through everything the enemy's trying to throw at me, once he sees that he cannot get me to a place of anger and everything else, he will leave like that. So it's a couple ways for this enemy to leave. But if my wife starts learning that word, then he won't be able to attack her mentally. Same way he can't attack me mentally by using that lust demon that I once had. You know. So I'm gonna end the video right there. It's about 25 minutes in. Glory be to God. Y'all have a good day.